Welcome to Lento English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
1. Introduction. The sky above North America recently showed beautiful colors. People saw bright lights dancing in the night. These lights were red, green, and purple. They moved slowly like a gentle dance across the dark sky. Many people looked up and watched this amazing show. The lights were visible in many places across a very wide area. They could be seen from Canada in the north all the way down to the southern parts of the United States. Even places like Florida, which are very far south, saw these colorful lights. It was a rare and wonderful sight for many people who had never seen such a thing before. Families and friends gathered outside to witness the spectacle together. What were these bright, moving lights? Why did they appear in the sky so strongly? This book will tell the complete story of these special lights. We will learn about where they come from, far beyond our planet. We will understand why they look so colorful and why they dance. This is a story about the sky and our home, Earth. It is also a story about the sun, which is a star very far away from us. The lights have a scientific name, often called the Northern Lights, and we will explain the science behind them. You will learn about the forces that create these natural wonders. These amazing sky shows happened on specific days in November. On November 11th, many people saw the lights after the sun went down. The evening sky filled with vivid hues. Social media quickly filled with pictures showing the lights from different cities and towns. People shared photos of the bright colors they saw above their homes, some showing green arcs, others showing red glows. The next day, November 12th, there was another chance to see them. Space experts said there might be more lights coming. Some people hoped to see another night of dancing colors looking to the northern horizon. These 2 days were very special for sky watchers and for science. These events were not just beautiful to look at, they were also a sign of something important happening in space. The lights are a natural event, not magic. They have a clear scientific explanation that we can understand. This book will explain the science behind these colorful lights in simple terms. We will learn how energy from the sun travels across vast distances to Earth. We will see how this energy interacts with our planet's atmosphere to create the amazing colors we see. By the end of this book, you will understand what causes these bright, dancing lights in the night sky and why they sometimes appear in unexpected places. This introduction sets the stage for a deeper look into this fascinating natural phenomenon. 2. A big light show. November 11th brought a wonderful sight to the sky. Many people looked up and saw amazing lights. These lights were very bright and full of different colors. They danced across the sky like a big show. It was a special night for many across North America. The lights were visible in many places. People saw them across vast areas from the north all the way to the south. It was surprising for many to see the auroras so far from their usual places. For example, people in Florida, a state very far south, could see these beautiful lights. This made the event even more special and talked about. Usually, you have to travel far north to see such a display, but not on this night. As the sun went down on November 11th, the sky began to change. First, the last light of the day faded. Then, the colorful auroras started to appear. People were ready with their cameras. They quickly took many pictures of the dancing lights. Soon, social media was full of these colorful photos. Everyone wanted to share what they saw. Friends and families talked about the lights. They posted their pictures online for everyone to enjoy. It was a big moment that many people shared together. Many people expressed their surprise and joy. They had never seen anything like it before. The sky was alive with red, green, and purple colors. These lights moved and changed shapes, making a truly unforgettable scene. It was a night when the sky put on a show for millions of people. The timing was perfect, right after the sun had set, making the dark sky a perfect canvas for the lights to shine brightly. 3. What are the lights? The beautiful lights people saw are called the Northern Lights. They also have another name, auroras. These amazing lights are a natural show in the sky. They are not magic, but a wonderful part of science. Many people wonder how these bright, dancing colors appear high above us. The answer comes from our sun and our planet. The journey of the light starts far away with the sun. The sun is a giant star that sends out a lot of energy. Sometimes it sends out tiny, fast-moving pieces. Think of these as very small particles. These particles travel from the sun across space towards Earth. They move very quickly, millions of miles in just a short time. When these fast particles from the sun reach Earth, they meet something important, our atmosphere. The atmosphere is the layer of air around our planet. It has different gases like oxygen and nitrogen. When the sun's particles hit these gases in the atmosphere, a special thing happens. The particles give energy to the gases. This energy makes the gases light up. It is like a tiny explosion of light, but it is safe and far above us. Different gases light up in different colors. For example, oxygen often makes green and red lights, which are very common. Nitrogen can create beautiful blue and purple colors. Sometimes, all these colors mix together to create a stunning display. When many particles hit many gases, they create the amazing, dancing patterns we see. The lights seem to move and change shape slowly or quickly, like a cosmic dance party in the sky. Each color tells us something about the gases high above Earth, making the show even more interesting to watch. Earth has a special, invisible shield around it. This is called the magnetic field. You cannot see it, but it is very strong and reaches far into space. This magnetic field helps to protect our planet from harmful things from space. It also plays a big part in where we see the auroras. The magnetic field guides the sun's particles. It pulls them towards the top and bottom of our planet, near the North Pole and the South Pole. This is why the northern lights are usually seen in countries close to the North Pole, such as Canada, Russia, or Norway. However, sometimes the sun sends out a lot of very strong particles. When this happens, the Earth's magnetic field is pushed hard. It can become weaker or change shape in some places. This allows the lights to be seen further away from the poles than normal. That is why people in places like Florida could see the auroras. It means the event was very powerful, making the light show visible to many more people than usual. Understanding this science helps us to appreciate the beautiful lights even more. 4. The sun sends out energy. The beautiful lights we see in the sky, called auroras, all begin with the sun. Our sun is a very large star, and it is the source of much energy. This energy travels across space. Sometimes the sun sends out big bursts of this energy and material. These bursts are incredibly powerful and important for understanding the lights. One main type of burst is known as a coronal mass ejection, or CME. You can think of a CME as a huge cloud of hot gas and strong magnetic fields that the sun throws out into space. This cloud comes from sunspot clusters on the sun's surface. These CME clouds move very quickly, traveling millions of miles away from the sun. The sun has been very busy lately, sending out several CMEs. For instance, CMEs happened on November 9 and again on November 10. The large CME that caused the amazing bright lights on November 11 started its journey from the sun earlier in that week. When these clouds of material finally reach Earth, they can start a special event called a geomagnetic storm. Another powerful event from the sun is a solar flare. A solar flare is a sudden, very bright flash of light and energy that explodes from the sun's surface. It is like a quick, intense burst of light. Solar flares also send a lot of energy and radiation into space. Sometimes both CMEs and solar flares can happen at similar times. For example, a solar flare also happened on November 11. Both these events, CMEs and solar flares, can cause important changes in Earth's magnetic field, which is key to the aurora. The sun does not always send out the same amount of energy. It follows a natural cycle that lasts about 11 years. During this 11-year cycle, the sun goes from being very active to being less active, and then back to very active again. Right now, the sun is at its most active point in this current 11-year cycle. This means it is much more likely to send out many CMEs and solar flares. Because the sun is so active, we are seeing more of the beautiful, colorful lights in the sky. This active period makes the lights more common and visible in many more places than usual. Scientists expect this active time for the sun to continue, which means we might see these amazing lights again in the future. 5. A storm from space. A geomagnetic storm is a big change in Earth's magnetic field. These storms happen when energy from the sun hits our planet. They can last for a short time, like minutes, or for many hours. These storms are caused by large bursts of material and energy that come from the sun. These bursts are called coronal mass ejections, or CMEs. Sometimes solar flares, which are bright flashes on the sun, also play a part. The sun is always sending out energy, but sometimes it sends out much more. This extra energy creates the storm. When the sun sends out a CME, it is like a huge cloud of superhot gas and magnetic fields. This cloud travels millions of miles across space very quickly. It moves very fast, heading directly towards Earth. Our planet has a natural shield around it, called the magnetic field. This field protects us from most of the sun's powerful energy. However, when a very strong CME arrives, it can push hard against this protective shield. This strong push causes the Earth's magnetic field to shake and change. This shaking is exactly what we call a geomagnetic storm. The beautiful lights people saw across North America on November 11 were a direct result of one of these powerful ejections reaching Earth's atmosphere. This specific ejection had left the sun earlier in that same week, traveling for days. The recent geomagnetic storm was very powerful, much stronger than many expected. Experts who study space weather have ways to measure the strength of these storms. They use a special scale that helps them describe how big the disturbance is. This recent storm reached a G4 level. On this scale, G4 means the storm was considered severe. This severe level was officially recorded on November 11 at 8:20 p.m. EST. Space weather forecasters carefully watched the sky and their instruments. They said that these strong conditions would likely continue throughout the night. It was a very strong event, showing the sun's current high activity. The sun was sending out not just one, but multiple powerful ejections towards Earth. Besides the G-scale, there is another important way to talk about how active Earth's magnetic field is during a storm. This is called the KP index. The KP index uses numbers from KP1 to KP9. A higher number on this index tells us that the geomagnetic activity is much stronger. For example, a KP1 storm is very weak, but a KP9 storm is extremely strong and rare. The recent storm on November 11 was measured as a rare KP8. This very high number showed everyone just how powerful the event was. A KP8 storm means that the northern lights, or aurora, could be seen in many places that usually do not see them. This included areas much farther south than normal, making the lights visible to many more people. The KP index helps scientists and people understand where they might be able to see the dancing lights in the sky. 6. Problems on Earth. When the sun sends out a lot of energy, it creates space weather. This weather does not just give us beautiful lights. It can also cause problems here on Earth. These problems are often for our modern technology and systems. One important system that can be affected is the power grid. This is the large network that brings electricity to our homes, schools, and businesses. When fast-moving particles from the sun hit Earth's magnetic field, they can make the power grid unstable. This can sometimes lead to power failures or blackouts in certain areas. Space weather forecasters warn about these strong events because they can disrupt the normal flow of electricity. Communication systems can also face difficulties during a severe solar storm. Radio signals, for example, might not work as well as usual. This can affect important services like air traffic control, which uses radio to communicate with planes. Satellites in orbit, which help with many things, can also be disturbed by these storms. Another important system is GPS, which stands for Global Positioning System. Many everyday devices use GPS, such as our mobile phones for maps and car navigation systems. A strong solar storm can disrupt these GPS signals. This means your phone might not know your exact location, or your car's map might not work correctly. In 2017, strong solar flares caused problems for GPS devices around the world. Even in 1859, a very big solar event called the Carrington Event interfered with older technologies like telegraph lines and railway signals. These historical examples show the wide range of effects. However, there is very good news for people on Earth. Solar storms are not dangerous for us. Earth has a thick atmosphere that acts like a strong shield. This atmosphere protects us from any harmful radiation that comes with these storms. So, while astronauts in space need special protection, people on the ground are completely safe. The atmosphere stops the dangerous particles from reaching us, keeping us out of harm's way. Space weather forecasters watch the sun very carefully. They tell us when a strong solar storm is coming and how severe it might be. This helps companies and people prepare for possible problems with power or communication. Understanding these effects is important. The colorful lights in the sky are a beautiful part of space weather, but it is also important to understand its other effects on our modern world and how we stay safe. 7. How to see the lights. Many people dream of seeing the beautiful northern lights. It is a truly special experience to watch the colors dance in the night sky. If you want to see them, there are some important things to know. These tips can greatly help you find the lights and enjoy their show. First, you should always check for aurora forecasts. These forecasts are like weather reports for space. They tell you when and where the lights might be visible. You can find this information on special space weather websites. There are also many apps for your phone that can give you real-time updates about the lights. These tools use scientific data to predict when the sun's energy will reach Earth and create the lights. Checking a forecast is a smart first step. It can help you plan your evening and increase your chances of success. Next, it is very important to find a dark place. City lights are very bright. They create light pollution that makes the night sky glow. This light pollution makes it very hard to see the faint, soft colors of the aurora. Try to go far away from towns and cities. A quiet area with open views of the sky is best. Many people choose to go to local parks or national parks. These places usually have very dark skies, which is perfect for aurora watching. The darker the sky, the easier it is to see the lights clearly. Plan to stay for a while as the lights can appear and disappear. Also, remember to check the regular weather forecast for clouds. If there are many clouds in the sky, you will not be able to see the lights at all. Clouds will completely cover them. So choose a night when the sky is clear and free of clouds. A clear, dark night is the best condition for seeing the aurora. Sometimes the lights are very faint or they are just starting to appear. Your eyes might not see them clearly at first. But a smartphone camera can often help you. Many modern phone cameras are very good at taking pictures in low light. If you point your phone camera at the dark sky and take a long exposure photo, you might see hints of the aurora in the picture. The camera can sometimes capture colors and shapes that our eyes cannot easily see. This is a good trick to try if you are unsure if the lights are present. It can also help you take amazing photos to remember the experience. By following these simple steps, you can greatly increase your chances of seeing the amazing northern lights. Check the forecast, find a dark and clear sky, and use your phone camera if needed. Get ready for a wonderful show in the sky. 8. Will we see more? The beautiful lights seen recently made many people wonder, will we see more of these amazing colors in the sky? The answer is likely yes. The sun is now in a very active time of its life. It has an 11-year cycle going from quiet to very busy. Right now, the sun is at its most active point. This makes bright light shows in the sky more common. People should get ready to look up again. Space experts have been watching the sun closely. They saw that the sun sent out more energy bursts. These bursts are called coronal mass ejections, or CMEs. Several CMEs were heading towards Earth. Some arrived on November 11, causing the first big light show, but more were still on their way. Forecasters expected these CMEs to reach Earth later, bringing more space weather. People hoped to see more lights on November 12. Experts said there was a good chance for another display. They predicted another night of dancing colors in the skies. The third CME was expected around the middle of the day on November 12. This CME was thought to be the strongest one. It carried much energy from the sun. This meant it could cause another very strong geomagnetic storm, bringing more widespread auroras. More lights might appear not just in the usual northern places. They could be seen further south than normal. This is because the sun's activity is so high. When the sun sends out a very large CME, the lights can be visible in many unexpected areas. This makes seeing them very exciting for many people. The chance of seeing more auroras is high because of the sun's current state. It sends out many CMEs frequently during this active phase. So, if you missed the last stunning display, there could be other chances to witness it. Keep looking at the sky. The sun's powerful energy means more stunning light shows are possible in the future. Experts will continue to watch the sun every day. They will tell us when more CMEs are on their way. This will help us know when to look up and hope to see the sky light up with amazing colors again.